This is day 275 of the Arukh HaShulchan OC. Today is Purim the Prasim, Erev Shabbos Kodesh Parshas Tetzaveh. This is the Arukh HaShulchan OC for actually tomorrow, which is Shushan Purim, Shabbos Kodesh Parshas Tetzaveh itself. And today's Arukh HaShulchan OC and tomorrow's and the day after are sponsored all by Reb John Abraham in honor of the Purim Mashulish extravaganza, which Yerushalayim and other Orim Hamukafas are celebrating this year. May we all be zeicher to celebrate them together at some point. Today, if you would like to sponsor upcoming Shir Arukh HaShulchan OC more, please contact me directly. We very greatly appreciate it. Yesterday we did the end of Kuf Pei test, which was supposed to be the first sif for today. So today we're doing Kuf Tzadik Aleph to Hey. And it's just as good that it's short because since Erev Shabbos, it is a very short day. And I already made a bracha. Chayin to Mishal. Shtiyas Yayin. Yonah the Yoma. Achar Birchas Hamazon. Drinking wine after benching. Although I'm well before the Suda. Achar Birchas Hamazon. After benching, we have Bari Priya Gofen. Some people say that we're supposed to say Savri Lona Guke. That's not the custom. Mishabur writes that after Racham, Mishabur writes that nevertheless it's best that the person who's Baruch Halakos should wait to break the bracha until everybody finishes Yuras Hashem, which we say at the end of benching, in order that everybody should be included in hearing the bracha. And this seems that this is the case because everybody is ready to hear, so therefore you don't have to, says the Arukh HaShulchan, say Savri. Why by other brachas HaKos does the bracha come before the bracha HaKos come before the thing which we're saying, the Kiddush Havdalah Birchas Hamazon, and here it's Birchas Hamazon Mucheres, and here's after the statement of them. It's not similar. Kiddush Havdalah have as close saying it. Kiddush Havdalah are the meaning of the beginning. Because the Kos Kodem to Shire brachas, because the Kos should come before the other brachas. Lav Hefsek, and it's not interruption to Eminyanu, because it's all part of the same sequence. Avol Birchas Hamazon have a soap in the Suda, but Birchas Hamazon is the end of the Suda. But Siluka Suda, it's a removal of the Suda. Kos in the Bifnei the cup is a separate thing. Shvar Kodim Birchas Hamazon have a Birchas Hamazon Hefsek. And if we make the bracha on the cup before Birchas Hamazon, and then you make Birchas Hamazon, be interruption. I Magen Avram, Mashakasa Kos Shul Nisuin, this brackets. I Magen Avram, Mashakasa Kos Nisuin, Mishum Lo Plug. That a couple new in the soon we actually do make the Bari Priya Gofen beforehand. Habe Shmuel Be'emen Esasim with Sarabes because the Tham Acher. Shmuel writes the reason the Mayuba Morchin Bari Priya Gofen Kodim Asher Brachas. I near the brach he rak al Birchas Hamazon. If we make the bracha, the Shever brachas, we make the bracha at the end. Also, right? If the Shever brachas after benching, because we made the Bari Priya Gofen before the Shever brachas, we looked at the brachas and Birchas Hamazon. So therefore, we make the bracha at the end of the Shever brachas after Birchas Hamazon. The show is also going to the Shever brachas. After making the Bari Priya Gofen, the person making the bracha should taste the cup, obviously. It's a good idea to taste from the cup, I would say. The mitzvah it's a mitzvah to make a large gulp. Because when it's supposed to find the mitzvah precious. And that, of course, shows the preciousness of the mitzvah. Other people there are not assembled not to taste the cup. Actually, paskin if the Mevarach doesn't want to taste, he does have to taste and give it to one of the Mesuvim. Mayan Sham, the Kolshke, certainly the people some Mevarach cited by the tasting of the Mevarach that suffices. But when they do taste, if they do taste from their cups, their own cups, they should not drink taste before the Mevarach. Just so you see Mikoso. Well, I guess no. Shouldn't taste before the bark if they're drinking from his cup, which would be a neat trick. Or if he's spilling from his cup into their cups. Which anyone does have their own cup. They can make taste before the mebarach. But if each one has a kos which a problem because they already used it for during the meal, because the mebarach has to put a little bit of his cup in their cups. Some say you don't need to do so. The kos pogum ain't a puzzle. The kos pogum is only problem for the person making the bracha. The English show they Rishon don't ask according to the first opinion. How can he puzzle by in pogum? They don't have to drink. Why should be a psul pogum? Doesn't follow. The Zelo Kosher Cloud, that's not difficult. The Bad they made them show same cloud, they saw, they don't drink it all, it's not a problem, they don't have to. I actually slice him, but they drink. Suichim, Lishtos, made them have to drink for more than you're not bogum, came in the same coast because of Mother Land, because they have the name of the coast because of Mother. The Yipsik of Mavarch, Ben Brachel, Shasio, if the Mavarch to make an interruption between making the bracha and drinking, so Glaps of has to make another bracha, Moshe's part of the same ratio enough, as will become clear. I ain't Trump. Pashadu, and it's obvious the Mshasa Kishir, she's bar, you drank the shear, which will be clarified. So, but if he has a mind to drink more, so you should drink after you finish drinking. You should make the bracha after you finish drinking everything you're going to drink. Ishtabura says that that's only if you have a mind to drink immediately, because otherwise maybe there's going to be the shear of digestion of drinking, which is very, very quick. It's going to pass. And therefore it's going to need another bracha rishona, according to Magen Avraham. According to that, Evan Ozer, you lose the bracha rishona altogether of drinking in such a case. Because that's going to make a bracha after the second drinking. Doesn't work for this, since this one is already digested. And it's prevalent that sometimes during the time that you're drinking, you'll change your mind or get distracted. You're not going to drink anymore. You're going to lose your bracha. So maybe just make a bracha right now and worry about perhaps drinking other stuff later on. Daila tzorah b'shaita or daila simcha b'shaita, depending on your perspective here. Back to the Arukh HaShulchan. If you made a bracha and you want to drink more, well, you got to make another bracha rishona, another one. Those say if you had those say if you had in mind beforehand to drink more, and that shows me I don't need another bracha, and then he had in mind to drink immediately. The government tamuahu that came and should be a bracha achronim. That's astonishing. Once you make a bracha achronim, that's it. You have to make another bracha rishona. Gamali Rabba Loiskin Varv Ayin Sham, that is Magen Avraham, who said you don't have to, your Rabba disagrees. And so it's Arukh HaShulchan. Be'alocha writes the three shittas. The Magen Avraham holds you don't have to make a bracha. Rabbi Kiva Eger writes that only when you made a mistake in the din, that you thought you have to make a bracha achronim, even though you wanted to drink more, then you have to make a new bracha. But if you forgot to make a bracha achronim, then you don't have to make a bracha achronim. But if you forgot and you made a bracha achronim, even though you didn't have to, you should make another bracha rishona. The big Yeshua Mordechai argue with Magen Avraham, and their opinion is that bracha achrona removes all previous brachas, stiluk legamrei, no matter what. Therefore, lemaisa tzorach chiyur. It's not clear what to do lemaisa. Lemaisa sofik brachas lahakel. So therefore, since there are opinions that you don't make a bracha after that the bracha achrona is not a hefsek, certainly not where it's a mistake. So then you should not make a new bracha going forward. Gimel, Kasba, two or Shon Rasim Gimel. Shir Shasiel is Chai Bracha Chorah, the Shir of drinking for a Bracha Chorah, Yesh Sovkin, die because I saw reveals. There's enough to have Kazais or eat reveals. But Chen Yisrael shows, or Pachas make Kazais, they would drink either less than a Kazais, or reveals, or more than a reveals, they start me in order to remove itself from Sovkin. Here, you can't drink less than a Zayis. Call the Bashar Tzor, because of course, anything which requires a cup, you have to drink a Melo Lugmav, a cheekful, which is, Shor Revius, which most Revius, and which is Hilchach Yishta Revius Shon. Therefore, go on and drink a full Revius. I count the Shono, saying the quote from the Tur and Shulchan Aruch. Biradvarim, this means Dinei Rambam Perikil Pasal Bracha Achron Al Yain Al Shar Mashkin Tzarich Revius. Bracha Achron on wine or other beverages, according to Rambam requires Revius. Shir Shasias Kosher Bracha Lo Beer, but the shear of drinking of a kosher bracha, how much that is, he didn't explain. Achmi the beer Perikov that's Mishabas the Kiddush Tarich Molay Lugmav, but since in the Hilchot Shabbos explained Kiddush, need Molay Lugmav a cheek full of Achisa B'Sacheh. Mimel comes out the kosher bracha. We extrapolate from this to any other bracha. Nobody argues about this. Lo Lugmav Bachas Mirvius. Lo Lugmav is certainly less Revius, and so Lo Lugmav, because what's in Lo Lugmav? Come Shalkot Side Echad. Anytime put all the beverage on one side, Lo Lugmav looks like your cheek is full. Like Yom Kippur, it came in mail if he said, so some Lo Lugmav ain't so bracha achrona. So if you drink Lo Lugmav, it's not enough to do bracha achrona. I've ever saying about it. I said, "But Yom V'Sukkah V'Rosh Perik Shlosh Shachlu is Kapli Bracha Achrona." Do you like die because I machila? Say, oh, maybe the shear is not a revius, but a kazais. Who pachas me Lo Lugmav? It's less than Lo Lugmav. Lo Lugmav have a rov revius. Lo Lugmav is most revius, which is 1.7 ounces. Kol Rechaim Noeh. Kazais have a pachas me said kazais is less than this, which is about an ounce. The Gazais have a Chatzi Beitza, Revius or Beitza Mechza. Gazais is half a Beitza, Revius is a Beitza and half. Came Loluma of a curve of a Beitza, so Loluma of it's close to a Beitza. Baba got the Gazais, which is twice the size of a Gazais. Baba the Gazais Korish have a Balach Revius, even though a Gazais which has solidified is the same thing as a Revius which is still liquid. Kiisa Breish Perichez, the Shabbos, I told me, come Nevas, Ermasab Kinon Shema, died Gazais lach. Not sure because maybe a moist Gazais suffices. That's the tour, right? That every time you drink, but you be careful, or drink less than the size, or revius, kadesh lo yavo lidei so bracha, so it's not going to be bracha. Please not coin this because bracha, the muchat lishtas malugma, because bracha when you have to drink a cheekful, mimela dishter revius, so therefore go on, make sure you go on to drink revius. Surely. There's a long brackets here, really long. Fantastic. Rover revius and bracha achronim. Tazan say even a rover revius make a bracha achronim. Right? See, go Rabbi. See, hey, the Rabbi does not like what Taz says. Rasm see him tapei or raya. So it's just a curvius. Whenever he brings the simon tapei, it's not right because they drink the entire revius. Rashi b'tshuva simon tapei kafei kosav dishta kosher brachas amazon. Call revius. You have to drink a couple of years. You should drink the entire revius. I'm sure bracha achronim. Kosav bracha achronim. Ma'ash kosav beirachta kai kos brachas amazon. That which the Taz said beirachta is going to kos brachas amazon. Lo nitzab b'shum makom. It doesn't say anywhere that that's what beirachta is going on. Rama is going to say that it's something that maybe because it's enough is to overrides the Rama says you definitely need because a revius. Because without be suffering, Tais themselves were suffering. Suffering brachas laka, suffering brachas you have to be lenient and not make it. But he says to us, because of Daita Shram Malika, it takes Rama to be primary. And Shram. Gamash Lotza Tais Shalom Chadesh, B'yain Saraf, Answer Revius, they Shukharif, the famous Taz, famous Taz, who says that by whiskey, for Kiddush, you only need a lesson because you only need a lesson in Revius, and for Bracha Achronim it would be the same thing then, because it's sharp. And there's no such chazal among the shurim just because one is more alcoholic than the other. Maybe somebody who drinks less of this ain't bracha achronim does not require bracha achronim, no matter what he's drinking. Like saying but that's meaning by any kosher brachas to drink most of the revius the zamlo kamalugam, which is a cheekful. Kamalosh kosam. They show not to have seen the card because they bring a Rambam because we all like the Rambam. Vayayin Yochim saying wine is expensive by us, not so much by us anymore. Ach adam shipiv gadol harbe, but a person has a big mouth. Shemali lugmav muyasa miyor revius that most that mlo lugam is more than rov revius. Certainly shows revius has got to keep on going to get the revius to definitely make a bracha achrona because magen rav see called hey ayin sham duk. Hey, Kasser Rabbeinu Rabbi says he Davi Mavarch Lo Eino Rot to Litom Yitam Echad Meusum Kashir. If the Mavarch doesn't want to drink, then somebody else there who should drink the shir. Mishabur writes to say about the Mesubim heard initially the bracha. I didn't mind to be Muslim, but if he drank and somebody else drank, he will not have kavanah with the bracha. That guy has to make. That guy will have to make a new bracha. So his drinking is not motzi. The mavarich is chiyuv to make sure you drink himself or to motzi somebody else is going to drink. Back to Arukh HaShulchan. The drinking of two people does not add up. It was actually over the base. Everybody should taste some wine at Kol Shana. Common similar ratio. I know in Kiddush going by Kiddush we see that specifically the Makadosh has a drink. Because of Tur Sham the kosher Birchas Hamazon, Moedim Agoyim Ayin Sham. The Torah writes that by Birchas Hamazon, all the going to agree that everybody should drink. That's why it doesn't mean it's been here. Mishum the Khan. I'm sorry. Going by moide that other people can drink here by Birchas Hamazon. That's why it's been here because here everybody agrees that it's enough for somebody else to drink. On the contrary, to me, I'm astonished at the Beis Yosef who says that you don't need one person drinking Mali Lugmav as long as each person drinks a little bit. That's a regular Sham. But that doesn't follow. Oh, he does bring it by Kiddush. No, so he should bring it here. On the contrary, he should bring it here because by Kiddush he says there's an opinion that if everybody drinks a little bit, that's enough. So why does he bring it here? That everybody drinks a little bit, that's enough. The Kiddush Chomer Birchas Hamazon. Kiddush is more common than Birchas Hamazon. The Torah here, long brackets here. Ulevad ze Hashem b'sifra gadol hividas Rav Yoda answer klam l'lum kosher bracha. Rav Yoda holds that you don't need a Melo Lugma Kosher Bracha altogether. Medaik Mi Hashas Psachim Sham Shomar Kadishin Tom Malev Chulei V'Loshon Tima Mashal Ksas. Says Tima is enough. Niyastait in your right, Yoitzem Mi Machrachas Mi Brachas. I have a better right, says Doch Shul from Brachas. Shomar Varach Ser Shitom. The Varach has to taste. Tomo, if he tasted, Pekamo. He made the cup damage, and we know that cup damage is even a small share. The Ayin Sham, the head of Mavur, who came Ba'ama. So it means even a small taste. A K bunch of Rova poskim in Turin came, but since most poskim don't hold their way, we must submit our heads. We come nevertheless in Tzir of Tarchian. I'm not sure about joining people together. But he said, Interesting, makes it like Nisuch HaMech, Mizbech, lo havim med my nyan zelos. What does this have to do with Nisuch HaMizbech? Furthermore, the Inkenli boy, cool, come over Mizbech. So I said, this case by libation of Mizbech, you need to have all of it. Why not here? But it's saying no shayam yoker by us by wine is expensive. The chain called mashkeman is like you should go. No, also all beverages are expensive by us. He says you can join people together in order to make up the shir of Lo Lugma, which is a very big kiddush l'kula. Look, Mr. Bura says, but all the claim agree that you join people together, but as long as there's no as long as everybody drinks together, their Chaim writes, but it works even if the Mekadesh does not taste at all, as long as the other people do the tasting.